Have you ever tried creating a consistent AI character of yourself, but it turns out completely off every single time? I know the feeling. In the first few tries, the character might look kind of like you, but the more scenes you create, the harder it becomes to keep that character consistency. It's frustrating, right? Well, after testing many different AI tools, I finally cracked the code. I found a way to create a rock-solid, consistent character of myself and make that AI clone of me act in a short video like this.
Oui.
Creating a video of yourself like this is pretty incredible, isn't it? The tool I'm using is called Higgsfield. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to train your own AI character using this tool and how to generate ultra-realistic videos of yourself that will absolutely blow your mind. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to create professional-looking AI content of yourself. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with creating your consistent character in Higgsfield. First thing you need to do is head over to higgsfield.ai and create an account. Once you're logged in, go to the Image tab at the top, click on Sole ID Character, then hit the big Create Character button. Now, this does require a paid plan. The basic one is $9 per month, but honestly, when you see the results we're about to create, you'll understand why this tool is in a league of its own. Now, Higgsfield recommends at least 20 images, but honestly, upload as many as you can, up to the 70 image limit. The more, the better. Try to include different angles and various facial expressions. Think of it like this. You're teaching the AI what you look like from every possible perspective. I took 70 photos of myself from various angles with different expressions. Some of them are kind of funny, but that's okay. I want to let the AI learn my face in all these states. I'm going to upload them into Higgsfield. Look at this. It's very happy with both the quantity and quality. Give your character a name. I just use my name Julie, then hit generate. The process may take around 5 to 10 minutes. Now that our character is trained, let's put it to the test and see if we actually get consistent results. Click generate on your character. Make sure you have the Higgsfield Soul model selected. This is their most realistic option. For aspect ratio, I'll choose 16:9 since we're planning to animate these later. For quality, I always go with high because I always want the best results and it only costs 2 credits to create these images. And for prompt enhance, I'll leave that turned on. Over in the right panel, you can see my character Julie is already selected. Now for visual style, this is where things get interesting. There are tons of different styles for you to choose from, and they're essentially presets that give you a specific vibe for your images. Most people miss this. These presets can actually spark ideas you wouldn't have thought of yourself. There are some styles really stand out for me, like Tokyo's street styles, Spotlight, and the fisheye 0.5 selfie. But here's something important to know. Some of these styles like Mount Fuji or a Y2K poster can be pretty aggressive. They might override your prompt and stick you in scenes that the style is designed for, rather than what you actually asked for. For now, I'll just go with general to keep things clean and let my prompt do the talking. Let me test this with a few different scenarios and see how consistent this character really is. First, I'll prompt for photorealistic close-up of Julie in a cozy coffee shop, dressed in a chunky knit sweater and holding a steaming mug. Warm indoor lighting and blurred bookshelves in the background. Okay, let's look at the results. The first image, it kind of looks like me. I would say about 80% accurate. Not bad, but definitely not the best one. The second image is quite interesting. I have a little bit of baby fat here. It's like me when I was 24 years old. I would also rate this one 80% accuracy. And the third image, I think this one looks the most like me. Look at the eyebrows, the nose, the mouth, everything's spot on. I do have long eyelashes in real life, and the AI captured them beautifully. Here's the thing you may not notice. It didn't just get my facial features right. Look closely at the skin texture. The AI actually studied and replicated my exact skin texture. That's insane attention to detail. I would rate this image 95% accurate. It's almost scary how good it is. The fourth image also did a pretty good job. Same facial structure, same features. You might think this is obvious, but it's not. Out of many different AI tools I've tried, most would give me 4 completely different people. But look at this consistency here. Overall, these results are pretty crazy, and we're just getting started. Now let's try another prompt. Photorealistic studio portrait of Julie in formal evening attire, such as an elegant dress, posed against a dark backdrop with dramatic spotlighting and subtle makeup. This time, the images get even better. I think all 4 images actually look like me now. The only thing is the fourth one, the pose is a little bit unnatural. But to be honest, the accuracy of the face is already very satisfying. Now comes the fun part, bringing these images to life. Let's say I want to animate this image. Simply hover over the animate icon and select video. This brings you over to Higgsfield's video generation tab, and you'll see your image automatically placed in the start frame. Here's where most people give up. They think video generation is some complicated technical process, but Higgsfield makes this ridiculously simple with their preset library. Click on Change and you'll get access to this massive library of visual effects. These aren't just random effects thrown together. They're professionally designed presets that give you exactly what you see in the preview. No complex prompting needed. Let me show you some of my favorites. There's Building Explosion, a stunning explosion effect you'd probably see in a movie. Garden Bloom creates this magical effect where flowers start growing around you. 3D rotation gives you a smooth cinematic spin that looks incredibly professional. Now, this massive library is just Higgsfield's own effects, but you can also get access to the most popular models in the market, like Kling 2.1, Wan 2.2, Hydor 02, C-Dance Pro, and Google Veo 3. Now, let me generate an animation using Higgsfield's angel wings effect. Alright, so I've got my video clip generated. Let me show you what it looks like. The AI actually gave me black wings, which is totally out of my expectation. From all the examples I looked at before, they were always white wings, but these black wings, they give off this whole dark angel vibe, which is really cool. Look at the details of the wings and the subtle facial expressions of me. I'm totally satisfied with the result. Here's another example. The Garden Bloom effect. I really love how good the quality is. Honestly, if it wasn't for these built-in presets from Higgsfield, could I get the same effect that's this detailed and delicate by just prompting alone? It would be extremely difficult, if not impossible. Now, if you ask me if all the footages I tested are perfect, probably not. But these video effects do give us new possibilities in our video creation. I've actually used one of these presets in the AI story of myself that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Before I move on to show you how to create that story, let me explain an essential concept that will take your video creation to the next level: the utilization of the start and end frames. Let me explain this. Think of start and end frames like bookends of your story. The start frame dictates exactly how your scene begins. This is your opening shot. The end frame dictates how your scene concludes, your closing shot. Let's say you have 5 seconds between your start and end frame. You, as the director, get to decide what happens in those 5 seconds to tell your story. You can add different camera movements, effects, or even completely transform the scene. The preset library in Higgsfield provides the shortcut to create all these effects. Or you can give guidance to the AI model by prompting about what you want to happen in those 5 seconds. This isn't just about animation anymore. You are literally acting like a real director, making storytelling decisions scene by scene. So my story consists of 5 scenes, and I'll break down exactly how I created each one. The first scene is the introduction. It draws people's attention to the character. I prepared a start frame image showing a taxi on the streets of Paris, and an end frame image of me reading a newspaper using Higgsfield's consistent character. For the prompt, the key phrase was, "The camera pans horizontally to the right." This movement naturally leads viewers to pay attention to me as the main character. The second scene shows me standing up and walking to the phone booth. Here's the secret to seamless storytelling. I used the end frame of the first scene as the start frame of the second scene. This creates perfect continuity. I just needed to create an image of me standing beside the phone booth, and Higgsfield absolutely nailed it with the character consistency. The third scene shows me entering the phone booth and picking up the phone. Again, the end frame of the last scene becomes the start frame. I created an image of me answering the phone as the end frame, and added camera control in the prompt. The camera follows the woman as she moves, then cuts to a close-up of her. The fourth scene is me disintegrating into particles. I didn't even need an end frame for this one. I just used Higgsfield's disintegration preset, and the effect was incredibly realistic. The final scene shows the phone receiver falling down. I exported the last frame of the previous scene in CapCut, used it as the start frame, and typed a simple prompt describing what happens next. Simple, right? This actually requires a lot of trials and errors to create these scenes. By the way, I was inspired by a movie to create this short story. Can you guess which one? Let me know in the comments down below. Now that you've learned how to create consistent character in Higgsfield to make videos that actually look like you. But this is just scratching the surface of what this software can do. If you're interested in learning more about its other powerful features, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. There will be more Higgsfield tutorials coming your way. See you in the next one.